I remember how the rain felt like tiny needles stabbing into my skin that night, sharp and cold against a body already falling apart from the inside. 6 months pregnant, one hand on my stomach, the other pounding on the glass while my father and brother stood on the other side warm, dry, sipping wine like they were watching some pathetic scene they didn't care about. I caught my brother's smirk first, and then my father calmly reached over and switched off the light. They left me outside, bleeding, shaking, unseen. But that was the last night they ever stood above me. Because by midnight I came back. And I wasn't alone. I wasn't always a storm pounding on their door. I used to be the daughter who kept trying, the sister who believed family meant something. I used to listen when my father said he wanted the best for me. I used to laugh when my brother teased me. I used to trust them. But when I got pregnant, everything shifted. At first it was small things, the way they spoke around me instead of to me, the exchange looks, their sudden curiosity about my finances. My father kept pushing me to move back home, though he never said why. My brother started offering to take care of my accounts. Then it escalated, opened mail, missing documents, medical bills delivered to them before they reached me. I knew something was off, but I didn't confront them yet. The truth came in a voicemail my father forgot to delete. His voice was cold, clipped, talking about how the girl finally has something worth taking. Not his daughter, just a liability with assets. My brother laughed in the background, saying I was too emotional to notice anything. That once the baby came I'd be easy to control. They wanted it all. My home, my money, my child. So I stopped crying, stopped begging, stopped belonging to them. I went quiet, observant, deliberate, and I started planning. I documented everything: recordings, financial trails, medical files, every whispered conversation they thought I didn't hear. I moved my assets into a trust they couldn't touch. And then I reached out to the one person they feared most, my mother's brother. The man my father pretended didn't exist because he couldn't manipulate him. Uncle Adrien didn't ask questions. He listened once, his expression darkening with each detail. Then he simply said, "Tell me what you need." What I needed was simple: protection, witnesses, a way back into that house. What I wanted, that part was mine alone. When they locked me out in the rain, I knew exactly why. I'd seen the unsigned transfer form sitting on the dining table earlier. All they needed was my weak, frightened signature. They expected me to be desperate, but I didn't break. I bled, but I didn't break. When the storm grew heavier and lightning cracked across the sky, I walked toward the dark sedan waiting at the end of the street. Adrien was inside. He took off his coat and wrapped it around me, the warmth spreading faster than my own body heat. "Ready?" he asked. "Yes," I said, and I meant it. We went back at midnight. The rain had softened to a drizzle. The world looked freshly washed, everything clean except that house, the one that never protected me. I saw my father's shadow moving behind the curtains. My brother's laughter echoed through the walls. Adrien stood behind me when I knocked. One solid knock that echoed through the whole place. The door opened. My father's face drained instantly. My brother screamed and dropped his wine glass, shards exploding across the floor. Because the man standing beside me was the last person they ever expected to see on my side. The man they owed money to. The man they stole from. The man who'd been waiting years for a legitimate reason to walk through their door with witnesses, proof, and legal authority. My uncle. Not the soft relative they imagined. He was the man in charge of everything they tried to hide. What followed was quick, focused, and devastating. I didn't shout. I didn't shake. I laid out every piece of evidence on their polished table: every photo, every forged signature, every recorded threat. Adrien's lawyers handled the rest. My father collapsed first, his voice trembling and weak. My brother tried to run, but Adrien stopped him with a single step. When the officers arrived, I watched the handcuffs close around their wrists. My heartbeat was calm, steady, alive. For the first time, I felt safe. As they were let out one by one, I placed my hand on my belly. The baby kicked softly like a small signal. "I told you," I whispered. "We're not alone." And as the rain finally quieted, a clear truth settled over me. I didn't need revenge to feel strong. I just needed the truth. Revenge was only the echo.